Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, August 28th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 659 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Donald Trump's niece says he will run for president in 2024, but there will be no Trump political dynasty because his children lack charisma. China protests U.S. Navy, Coast Guard ships in Taiwan Strait. Former professional clown charged in 30-year-old cold case killing of daughter. Central Intelligence Agency base in Kabul blown up by U.S. forces, report. Police, Arizona family try to kidnap woman over dishonor. Fort Worth phone store robbery led to discovery of $100 million conspiracy, feds say. Avoid this plant at your local garden center, it's world's most invasive weed. Indictment accuses 2 officers of murdering Austin scientist. Judge strikes Seattle homelessness measure from ballot. Marine Battalion commander relieved of duties after calling out military leaders over Afghanistan chaos. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. U.S. carries out Afghanistan airstrike as Kabul evacuation effort enters final stretch, CNN. NASA and SpaceX launch to the International Space Station, NASA. 26 COVID-19 cases linked to unvaccinated Marin County elementary school teacher, CDC, NBC Bay Area. Jets cornerbacks have rough day against the Eagles, New York Post. Australia logs record COVID-19 cases, driven by New South Wales, Reuters. 2021 PFL Playoffs 3 live and official results, MMA Junkie. Parents worried after teen assaults new student at Park City School, Fox13now.com. People with Delta variant twice as likely to be hospitalized, study The Hill. 2021 NFL preseason, Week 3, what we learned from Friday's games, NFL.com. Kanye West brings out Marilyn Manson, Dababy at Donda event, stirring controversy, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Wisconsin school district rejects universal free lunches so kids won't get spoiled. U.S. airstrike targets Islamic State member in Afghanistan. Trump's D.C. hotel permanently bans Forbes reporter after, wait for it, taking photos. Unvaccinated California teacher caused COVID outbreak that infected half her class. Wisconsin cow spotted going through McDonald's drive-thru. Hurricane Ida predicted to hit Louisiana as Category 4 storm. Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes' trial is finally kicking off. California GOP recall candidate Larry Elder wanted to end Medicaid. Robert F. Kennedy assassin Sirhan granted parole. TikTok bans milk crate challenge videos, citing safety concerns. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man dies protecting dog in stabbing. Police, trooper impales leg during foot chase. West Nile virus detected in local community. Group helps Afghan refugee family flee to safety. New Missouri alcohol laws take effect. Brandon Thies felt guilty in alley Coastal murder. Teen charged with death of grandmother. Spoiled spuds won't ruin German-American festival. Bus driver dead after school bus rolls over her. Foundation grants $50,000 donation to dialysis care. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. U.S. says its strike killed a planner of the Kabul attack. Myanmar's monks, leaders of past protests, are divided over the coup. Commuter trains have kept rolling. Will all those riders ever return? Britons, unfazed by high COVID rates, weigh their price of freedom. The census said Detroit kept shrinking. The mayor begs to defer. A digital Dunkirk, veterans online scramble to get people out of Afghanistan. R. Kelly trial, key moments and updates. Some say low interest rates cause inequality. What if it's the reverse? The D'Amelias are coming for all of your screens. A journey through Kabul on the day of the fall. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Pennsylvania shooting at HS football game leaves child dead, others hurt. Victor Davis Hanson, America's resilience and its resources are not infinite, can it still work? Portland police officer shot while assisting serving of warrant, suspect killed. Texas GOP advances voting bill after Democrats end weeks-long walkout. RFK's children divided after Sirhan parole recommendation. Greg Gutfeld, how can we have any confidence in our leaders? U.S. Navy, Coast Guard ships enter Taiwan Strait, irking China, reports. Tucker Carlson, we don't know who the Afghan refugees are. Bill Maher blasts woke left for losing perspective on real oppression, we're not the bad guys. Republican congressman called for Blinken impeachment, he took an oath and he failed. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, August 28th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Nearly $215,000 raised in one day for family of Dustin Wakefield, man shot dead in Miami while shielding infant son from gunman. COVID patient returns to Colorado hospital to serenade healthcare workers who took care of him. NFC East preview, if Dak Prescott stays healthy, the Cowboys are the team to beat, says CBS Dallas Bill Jones. Feed stores low on ivermectin as reports falsely claiming it treats COVID-19 spread. Fourth stimulus check, is another relief payment coming? I started freaking out, BMW seat heater burns 6-year-old boy, causes fire. We are trying to bring swimming to a broader audience, Lily King on International Swimming League in 2020 Olympics. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ministers tell businesses to prioritize British workers to plug shortfall of drivers. Teenager found guilty of murder of father of two, 31, who stabbed to death after exchange of words. Last UK flights leave Kabul today. Man, 49, arrested in connection with murders of Sharon Pickles and Clinton Ashmore in central London. House prices in the UK suburbs grew by 10.8%, outdoing the major cities. Claudia Lawrence's mother is too scared to turn on the TV in case of bad news. Descendants of the first black paratrooper to land in Normandy on D-Day reunited with his war medals. As the actor who played Dynasty's Dexter dies, Dame Joan Collins relived their chemistry. Pupils in the Southwest will be told to wear face coverings in communal areas. Rare cancer survivor beats the odds after being given 5% survival rate. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Afghanistan's economic crisis deepens as airlift winds down. Germany, survivors, leaders remember victims of July floods. Photos and videos reveal crowded checkpoints, chaos at Kabul airport on day of the attack. He is Britain's famous shepherd author influencer. He wants to transform farming to save the planet. Afghanistan Hive updates. U.S. launches strike on ISIS-K, as embassy warns Americans to leave immediately. Hurricane Nora forms, on track to skirt along Mexico's coast. Palestinian child dies week after being shot at Gaza border. Iraq hosts regional meeting aimed at easing Mideast tensions. Teddy bears, clothes and messages of love, Afghan refugees receive warm welcome in some countries. U.S. makes room on bases for up to 50,000 Afghans as evacuations continue. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Afghanistan Live News. British troops will end Kabul evacuation operation today, says Armed Forces Chief. Tokyo Paralympics Day 4, Summers Newton claims gold, wheelchair rugby and more, live. Starbucks workers in New York are organizing to form first U.S. union. Vaccine wars, how the decision not to get the shot is tearing loved ones apart. I feel helpless, useless and hopeless, diary of an Afghan evacuee. Our future might not look the same, wildfires threaten way of life in California's mountain towns. U.S. strikes its target in Afghanistan and warns of airport threat. Hurricane Ida barrels down on Louisiana amid warnings of life-altering storm. U.S. intelligence couldn't resolve debate over COVID origins, official report. Sirhan, man who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy, granted parole. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. New Orleans orders evacuations as Hurricane Ida closes in, latest forecast. Afghanistan updates, U.S. kills ISIS-K member in unmanned airstrike. Bernie Sanders sells big government's virtues in red states. T-Mobile CEO says truly sorry for hack of 50 users' data. Biden tells Israeli PM he'll try diplomacy first with Iran. Live, ABC News Live. Pilot and fiancé save 17 in Tennessee flood. What we know about the Kabul airport attack that killed U.S. troops. Progressives call on Pelosi, Schumer to act on eviction moratorium. Women who hid 26 kids behind false wall at daycare guilty. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Strictly, why are South African dancers so popular? The Taliban killed my brother for protecting my family. Afghanistan, U.S. says drone strike killed his K planner. Canada election, Justin Trudeau rally cancelled after angry protests. Hurricane Ida, New Orleans braces for possible direct hit. Afghanistan, Shukriya Barakzai's whispered voice notes and dramatic escape. Week in Pictures, August 21 to 27, 2021. Afghanistan, how do the Taliban make money? Sierra Leone's chimpanzees, the newlyweds who set up a sanctuary. COVID-19, the Indian children who have forgotten how to read and write. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. They made the ultimate sacrifice, the U.S. service members killed in Afghanistan airport bombing. U.S. Army soldier Ryan Knaus, 23, a Tennessee volunteer, killed in Afghanistan airport attack. California Marine Kareem Nicoe, 20, killed in Kabul airport bombing, his memory will live on forever. California Marine Hunter Lopez, 22, son of Sheriff's Department parents, killed in Kabul airport attack. Today in history for August 28. Missouri Marine Jared Schmitz, 20, an American hero, killed in Afghanistan airport attack. Southern white rhino calf born at San Diego Zoo. Time is not on our side, Hurricane Ida forecast to reach Category 4, New Orleans mayor says it's too late for mandatory evacuations. Several hundred Americans are unsure whether to leave Afghanistan, U.S. officials say. Texas Marine David Lee Espinosa, 20, lauded for courage and bravery, killed in Kabul airport attack. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA prosecutors decline to pursue domestic abuse claims against Larry Elder. 2 Riverside County Marines among those confirmed dead in Kabul airport attack. Widows of Los Angeles Police Department employees killed by COVID-19 encourage vaccinations in department video. Torrance police officer linked to racist text message scandal is charged in 2018 shooting. Video shows NBA's Jackson Hayes demanded to see a warrant before shoving Los Angeles Police Department officer. Larry Elder's private charity was a bust, and questions swirl over where the money went. Federal judge dismisses lawsuit seeking to halt California recall election. Inside Sirhan's 50-year quest for freedom after assassinating Robert F. Kennedy. 4-year-old child is youngest to die of COVID-19 in Riverside County. These are the largest fires burning in California this week. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, August 28, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. U.S. intelligence agencies split on COVID-19 origins, offer no high confidence conclusions in new report. No one has money. Under Taliban rule, Afghanistan's banking system is imploding. Antibody found that neutralizes all known strains of COVID-19. Bolsonaro says everybody has to buy a rifle. New Zealand COVID update. 82 new cases as outbreak worsens despite nationwide lockdown. COVID-19, Delta variant poses twice the risk of hospitalization compared to Alpha variant, study finds. African governments commit to eradicating polio virus type 2. Single-use plastic plates, cutlery, cups may face ban in England, government says. ISIS propaganda app that touted Kabul attack relies on Amazon Web Services. Pakistan taking in hundreds of thousands of refugees. Chinese university allegedly compiling list of LGBT+ students. This is scary. Japanese fighters intercept 3 Chinese drones in as many days. Egypt unearths remains of Greco-Roman town in Alexandria. The next headlines are from Forbes. For Detroit's Ambassador Bridge, 2021 will not be a record year, again. Self-driving electric cars could mean the end of short-haul flights. How the United States Army is leveraging AI. Interview with Kristen Saling, Chief Analytics Officer and Acting Director, Army People Analytics. Past corruption overshadows Ukraine's oil and gas industry. E-Rampage results, winners, news and notes with CM Punk follow-up. The demands by the House January 6 panel for records from social media show its strong and unbiased efforts. U.S. conducts airstrike on ISIS-K planner in Afghanistan after Kabul attack, Pentagon says. Review, Shang-Chi adeptly opens whole new worlds for the MCU. WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes with Becky Lynch's return. Los Angeles District Attorney is reviewing Trevor Bauer assault case, picture is still on paid leave. The next headlines are from Nature.com. U.S. COVID origins report, researchers pleased with scientific approach. Zeroing out is wave function. Afghanistan's terrified scientists predict huge research losses. U.S. achieves laser fusion record, what it means for nuclear weapons research. COVID in Venezuela, health trial suppressed, the week in infographics. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,727,799,989 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Wild Bunch TV acquires The Rope, world premiering at Series Mania. Afghan National Film Body Chief Sarah Karimi will travel to Venice to keep spotlight on filmmakers' plight. Taylor Swift's TikTok debut proves that lockets are never going out of style. The story behind Halsey's provocative "If I Cannot Have Love, I Want Power" cover art exclusive. H.E.R. lands first major acting role, will star in Blitz Basol's The Color Purple. The 10 biggest takeaways from Variety's Virtual Truth Seekers Summit. Emmy Music nomination show changing role of the music director, from Billie Eilish to Zoe's playlist. Emmy's music cheat sheet, a complete guide to the nominees in all 7 categories. Pet Sematary prequel casts double-hand amputee John W. Lawson exclusive. Time's Up is losing itself to conflicts of interest. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The census has revealed a more multiracial U.S. One reason: cheaper DNA tests. Man who called the world his wife's funeral after the El Paso shootings has died. A U.S. intelligence report fails to pinpoint COVID's origins. Sirhan Sirhan has served 53 years for killing Robert F. Kennedy. Soon he may be free. Check out the first 3D printed steel bridge recently unveiled in Europe. Peloton says it's been subpoenaed by Department of Justice and DHS over its product injury reporting. The U.S. has set up a mass vaccination site for Afghans arriving in Virginia. Coronavirus frequently asked questions: how do the rules of 6 feet and 15 minutes apply to the Delta variant? Fortnite is letting you relive MLK's "I Have a Dream" speech. The evacuations will continue in Kabul despite the likelihood of another attack. The following headlines are from The Week. 5 sickeningly funny cartoons about right-wing COVID cures. Amazon sets up shop in the mall. How fiascos happen. Those left in Afghanistan are acutely aware the window is closing to get out. Puzzles, printable crossword and Sudoku, issue, September 3, 2021. Solutions, crossword and Sudoku, issue, September 3, 2021. Puzzles, interactive crossword, issue, September 3, 2021. White House warns next few days in Afghanistan mission will be most dangerous period to date. The week's best photojournalism. Kevin McCarthy seemingly cannot make up his mind on whether he wants U.S. troops in Afghanistan. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Dallas hidden history of terror. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers locate the source of high-energy cosmic rays. Webb's testing is complete. Now it begins the journey to the launch site. NASA will be sending 2 more missions to Mars in 2024, costing just $80 million. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, August 28. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Planet 9, scientists map its likely location. Webb telescope done testing, aims for spaceport. Best Milky Way picks of 2021. The next news is from Politico. Europe will continue Afghan extractions after attack, but few options remain. Fears loom over control of Afghanistan's internet. U.S. airstrike targets Islamic State member in Afghanistan. New Orleans braces for Hurricane Ida ahead of Katrina anniversary. Opinion: what ISIS-K means for Afghanistan. COVID-19 origins still murky after Biden administration's 90-day investigation. Florida starts turning on DeSantis. Democrats rush to avert eviction calamity after ban is blocked. January 6 investigators demand records from social media companies. Marine officer relieved of duty after calling out senior leaders about Afghanistan. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. AFL 2021 Live updates. Demons grab upper hand against Lions. McStay subbed out. Fifth jockey hit with 3-month ban for attending Airbnb party. Sharks on cusp of reaching the finals after beating Brisbane. From Dog Days to Born Again Balmer, a lesson of Jake Stringer. Schumacher Jr.'s F1 debut to evoke wonderful memories of his champion father. Dance Revolution, how TikTok got the world tripping the light fantastic. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. Paralympics Day 4 Live, Clifford collapses on track after silver medal win, Aussie sprinter offers to sell medal in exchange for bobsled funds. The thrilling world of zombies and vampires has become my pandemic solace. As it happened, NSW records 1,035 new cases and Victoria records 64, with states ramp up public vaccination push. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyest, my uncle, 60, with dementia died after negligence by his wife of 3 years. How do we stop her from defrauding the government? Welcome back. Sports World reacts to Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United. Earnings outlook, Zoom video earnings, expectations may be coming back to earth. DoorDash and Grubhub sued by City of Chicago, which alleges deceptive fees and predatory practices. Affirm stock skyrockets 40% on news. Amazon to partner with Buy Now, Pay Later fintech company. My wife wants to pay for her financially reckless sister's wedding. She told me I was selfish when I refused. Should unvaccinated employees pay more for health insurance? American workers give their verdict. Financial crime, medical supplier allegedly took $12 million for masks and gloves, using it to buy a Boca Raton mansion, prosecutors say. Newswatch, good news on Social Security finances. Market snapshot, S&P 500, NASDAQ end at all-time highs as U.S. stocks book weekly gains after Powell's dovish Jackson Hole speech. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. At a CAGR of 5.9% barrier resins market worth $16.6 billion by 2026, UNLV the rebel yell, UNLV the rebel yell. Squarespace evades part of website builder patent lawsuit, TechRadar. Who's arguing? Bid hitters and mega stakes appeals mark the return of full-time in-person arguments at CAFC, law.com. Form 8K New Beige Therapeutics, 4, August 27th StreetInsider.com. Patent case summaries week ending August 20, 2021, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News Alerts. QU creates an environment that encourages invention and innovation, Gulf Times. Ex-Albany Nanodech founder Kaloiris keeps winning legal battles with Sunet, Albany Times Union. Assign or estoppel, when are inventors allowed to attack their own inventions? J.D. Supra. Chris Gross, 83, remembered for warm sense of humor, W.Y. Daily. Patents Comparative Guide, Intellectual Property, Switzerland, Mondac News Alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. The architect behind DC's African American History Museum will design 101 hospitals for Ghana. Weekend Brief, OnlyFans is only the beginning. Fed Chair Jay Powell's real fear for the global economy is disinflation. The Delta variant is already cramping American spending. How to take critical feedback. Netflix and Disney have a major disadvantage in Africa's streaming wars. No COVID-19 vaccine, no green card. Kabul airport explosions, Powell speech, U.S. space weapon. China's top court says 996 overtime culture is illegal. Scientists want to eradicate Black Death in Africa using COVID-19 vaccine technology. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Canadian cops blow off drone operation loss, crash their drone into a landing airplane. Copyright scammers getting more sophisticated, just as the US is about to make it easier for them. PSA, Universal Music Group has copyrighted the moon, that is all. Why are we letting school administrators use qualified immunity to escape accountability for violating free speech rights? The externalization of content moderation, Facebook explores Election Commission. Daily Deal, Zero active noise cancelling wireless earbuds. Google report shows reverse warrants are swiftly becoming law enforcement's go-to investigative tool. States wouldn't be pushing inconsistent tech laws if Congress wasn't so corrupt. Doing it right, but does the likes Fallout mod so much it hires some of the team that made it? We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Jets. Minnesota Vikings. Detroit Lions. ATL2. Steelers. Sharon Stone. Candyman. Max Soviak. Baby Keem. Halsey. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Bodybuilder star of top UK TV show jailed for 6 years over blackmail and torture plot with order to break victim's legs using hammer. 2 people die in Japan after receiving Moderna COVID-19 shots from batch that was withdrawn due to foreign material in some vials. Tell them ISIS is hosting Parler, Amazon pulls plug on jihadist propaganda app run through its servers. China slams fabricated U.S. intelligence report on COVID-19 origins, says it's a matter for scientists, not spies. Sochi gambling zone to be adapted into Russian Las Vegas. All-electric future comes at a huge cost. I miss my son, Chicago mother says judge stripped her of parental rights after learning she wasn't vaccinated against COVID-19. Canadian PM Trudeau's campaign rally axed over safety reasons after irate protesters descend on event, videos. I demand accountability, U.S. Marine relieved of duty after blasting senior leaders for poorly planned Afghan exit in viral clip. U.S. military says it carried out drone strike targeting ISIS-K member in eastern Afghanistan. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Don't be fooled, HR 4 is just another power grab. Pentagon claims only one explosion occurred during Kabul airport attack as death toll hits 170. CCP's anti-satellite weapons present complex challenge for U.S. experts. Japan plans to build undersea tunnel to help dump radioactive water from Fukushima into the Pacific. Obama Defense Secretary already calling for fresh military occupation of Afghanistan. Watch, Mexican standoff as protesters block AMLO's SUV for 2 hours. The mask mandate farce. I demand accountability, Marine commander fired for viral video ripping inept Afghan war decisions. Evacuation warnings issued as massive caldera fire nears Lake Tahoe. The structural changes taking place in the economy are very dangerous. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Is the Taliban up to the security challenges in Afghanistan? On Afghanistan, Pakistan walks tightrope of optimism and caution. China condemns U.S. warship transit of Taiwan Strait. Iraq hosts summit aimed at easing regional tensions. Africa COVID chief, vaccination rollout extremely disappointing. Didn't need to die, U.S. seeks answers after Kabul massacre. How stars live and die, Kepler captures rare supernova blast. U.S. drone attack kills ISKP planner in Afghanistan, live. Several dead as bus carrying mine workers plunges in Peru. Wuhan facilities shed light on China's oversight on wildlife use. The next headlines are from Breitbart. CENTCOM announces strike against ISIS planner in Afghanistan after death of 13 Americans. Bolton blamed Trump for Afghanistan chaos, negotiated this deal only with the Taliban. Harvard chooses atheist who teaches about progressive movement as head chaplain. Howard Dean, DeSantis may be more of a lunatic than Trump ever was. Sebastian Gorka on Kabul attacks, worst day for America's strategic interests since Pearl Harbor. Biden State Department falsely denies Taliban, terrorist Haqqani network ties. Joe Biden's approval sinks underwater as Afghanistan crisis worsens. China on Kabul bombings, incompetent Biden at a political dead end. Illinois Governor Pritzker orders masking of toddlers, vaccine requirement for teachers. U.S. Marine Hunter Lopez, 22 years old from California, killed in Afghanistan terrorist attacks. The next headlines are from UPI News. Virginia man wins $1 M lottery prize 7 years after $2.50 M jackpot. Watch, hedgehog rescued from parking lot drain. Watch, video game projected on Las Vegas tower breaks Guinness record. World War II letters found at Idaho antique mall return to family. Watch, backseat cows spotted in Wisconsin McDonald's drive-thru line. Watch, lost dog turns up 3 years later, more than 300 miles away. Watch, 12-year-old 34-hour swinging record attempt underway in New York. Watch, 9 escaped wolf-dog hybrids captured in North Carolina. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Youth is fighting microplastic pollution with magnet water after winning Google Science Fair. With astonishing love heart made out of sheep, Australian farmer pays tribute to beloved ant. Often by hand, scientists work to turn the tide of oyster and seagrass decline in Chesapeake Bay. Lullabies can actually improve the health of premature babies in hospital and their families' health too. Gigantic 438-year-old coral discovered in the Great Barrier Reef in excellent condition. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, August 28th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Pakistani truck driver goes to check out Kabul airport chaos, winds up in U.S. Indian man forgets condom, seals his private parts with adhesive, dies of multi-organ failure. Judge, Michigan couple must pay son $30,441 for throwing out porn collection. EPA is falsifying risk assessments for dangerous chemicals, say whistleblowers. TikTok bans the milk crate challenge because of injuries. South Dakota Attorney General won't get jail time after pedestrian death. Alan Page, NFL legend and retired Minnesota Supreme Court Justice, not notable for Twitter verification. Rocky Mountain Peak officially given traditional Stony Nakota name, erasing racist sexist label. Taliban pledges to tackle climate change. More people are poisoning themselves with horse deworming drug to thwart COVID. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Okay Boomer, how a TikTok meme traces the rise of Gen Z political consciousness. WTF is Science Corp, Neuralink co-founder creates secretive brain hacking company. Kanye West chatbot gives stunning update on under release date. Improve your marketing content with AI-generated copy from Ridisonic. This foldable mini drone is a precision flyer with a 4K camera and host of smart features for under $50. NFTs aren't just a fluke, they will change the way we experience and own digital media. Virgin Hyperloop wants to get you excited about riding its ultra-fast pods, but there's a long way to go. How hearables could soon help us out at work and school while remaining virtually invisible. How biometric data collection can put people in conflict areas at risk. Apple's App Store policy changes are hardly a win for iOS developers. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Embryonic development in slow motion. Seabed recovers more quickly following extreme storms than from the impacts of bottom-toed fishing. Bacterial bloom as the Earth thawed, photosynthetic organisms during the snowball Earth. How disorderly young galaxies grow up and mature. Simple safety measures reduce musical COVID-19 transmission. COVID-19 in children with cancer, severe disease and disrupted treatment. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, August 28 from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Media invited to virtual briefing on launch of NASA, USGS Landsat 9. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Corner Canyon QB Devin Brown leads Chargers 235-7 win over Bingham. University of Utah, Utah State and Weber State will require students to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Bayou will investigate after Manda faces chalk art in support of LGBTQ students and yells slur. Utah service member killed in Kabul airport bombing. Man drowns at Millside State Park. Proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test will be required to enter some Twilight concert series shows. Matt Easton, to Elder Holland, diversity is not divisiveness. Bagley cartoon, out of step. As UTA reports another 1,200 cases of COVID-19, Intermountain warns its intensive care units are full. This new system for canning soda and beer could get more trucks off Utah roads. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. China researching challenges of kilometer-scale ultra-large spacecraft. Titan's strange chemical world gets simulated in tiny tubes. After 18 years, SCO's IBM litigation may be settled for $14.5 million. The most popular posts on Facebook are plagiarized. Tim Cook gets $750 million bonus on 10th anniversary as Apple CEO. Waymo will stop selling its self-driving LiDAR sensors to other companies. Chicago sues DoorDash, Grubhub for allegedly deceiving customers. Parents of teens who stole $1 million in Bitcoin sued by alleged victim. T-Mobile says hacker used specialized tools, brute force. Samsung is the latest SSD manufacturer caught cheating its customers. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. What he did change the course of an entire bloodline, veteran from same unit as fallen Wentzville Marine speaks out. Person dies in head-on car crash in St. Charles, child taken to hospital with serious injuries. St. Joseph Hospital to restart monoclonal antibody treatment. Scott Air Force Base involved in Afghan evacuation efforts. One person dead after robbery takes place at East St. Louis Bank, FBI searches for 2 suspects. Classmate remembers 20-year-old Fort Zumwalt South grad killed in Afghanistan. St. Louis County Council passes resolution supporting mask mandate. How to help Afghan refugees, organizations accepting donations. Missouri ends existing state of emergency after 18 months, enacts new executive order. Illinois hospitals overwhelmed by Delta variant, according to state. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Local organization looking for donations, support for Afghan refugees. We are hurting a lot. St. Egan's remember fallen military members with candlelight vigil. 4-year-old becomes youngest to die from COVID-19 in Riverside County, health officials say. Father Joe's agency records COVID-19 increase among local homeless people. San Diego man convicted of selling fentanyl pills, leading to fatal overdose. Our protection is paramount. Locals react to vaccine mandate for city workers. San Diego County reports highest daily COVID case total since January. Woman wearing purge mask taken to hospital after terrifying mother in parking lot. Man charged in deaths of smuggled Chinese migrants found in car's trunk. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Space Force Next-Gen Missile Warning Satellite Program passes major design milestone. Huntington Ingalls successfully completes builder's trials for U.S. Navy's newest destroyer. Saab to expand capabilities of Sweden future submarine. Russian Aerospace Forces Su-24 plane crashed near Burma. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. China investigates and will punish rich tax avoiders, starting with celebrities. Beyond the mask. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, August 28, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Fremont police identify suspect killed in police shooting. Law professors weigh in on legality of California vaccine mandate. Good Samaritan Hospital in San Jose deals with nurse staffing issues. Bay Area organizations help settle Afghan refugees. War veterans advocate for Afghan refugees. Calder fire, Bay Area family flees Tahoe home as conditions worsen. Young dad to be was among 13 U.S. troops killed in Afghanistan. Lawmakers contemplate timing of introducing vaccine mandate legislation. Motorcyclist dies after colliding with big rig in Sonoma County. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Anderson expected to start as Seattle hosts Kansas City. Mills expected to start for the Cubs against White Sox. Braves edge Giants 6-5 in matchup of NL division leaders. Video shows police use stun gun on NBA's Jackson Hayes. 30 runs, Sox outslug Cubs in wild 17-13 win. Hoffman Estates Park District mandates COVID-19 vaccination for full-time workers. Lake, DuPage leads state in COVID-19 vaccination rates for kids 12-17. Buffalo Grove lines up WJ Golf as tenant for Arboretum Club. Aurora police find 2 dead in apparent murder-suicide. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Judge strikes down Compassion Seattle Charter Amendment, initiative will not appear on November ballot. Report, new apartment construction in Seattle continues to decline for 5th year in a row. Fairs, festivals, live music, more happening in Seattle this weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Nor 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.177 million. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone Ida 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 1.736 million. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 1021, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, August 28th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Scattered downpours this weekend as Ida tracks to our east. Ida now predicted to make landfall with 140 miles per hour winds in Louisiana. U.S. drone airstrike targets Islamic State member following deadly Kabul airport attack. Memorial Herman Pearland sued by tracheostomy patient who says he mistakenly got spinal surgery. Autopsy information of Santa Fe HS shooting victims was leaked to filmmaker, families say. 2 more victims of alleged cop killer's crime spree speak out, I knew he would pull the trigger. Brazoria County District Clerk's Office under investigation over irregularities in jury process. Evacuations resume with new urgency after Kabul airport bombing as death toll now over 160. Stories of resilience, survival make up new Nat Geo documentary series 9/11, One Day in America. Man arrested after father of 2 was shot and killed while picking up dinner for family. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Afghans protest at Kabul bank, long ATM lines. The latest, Tokyo apologizes for vaccine rollout confusion. The latest, UK starts bringing troops home from Afghanistan. The latest, last Italian flight with Afghan refugees arrives. Evacuee, world has abandoned Afghanistan's new generation. Only one candidate seeking Estonia's presidency, so far. Paralympic coverage airs on NBC for the first time on Sunday. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Extra, do cats dream of electric yard balls? After SCOTUS ends national eviction moratorium, here's how to get rent and utility help in NY. The narrowest townhouse in NYC and up for sale in Greenwich Village. Locals scramble to save what's left of historic Grand Prospect Hall. Notorious federal jail in Lower Manhattan too close. Early edition, fellas, keeping your t-shirt on in the water is now cool. Hochul says she wants to help New York City Housing Authority, can she deliver? Hot car season isn't as hot on the subway this year. Mask and vaccine mandates are legal, and New Yorkers should expect more of them. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Tokyo Paralympics, leading towards a more inclusive society. Railroads drive expansion of soybean cultivation in Brazil's Amazon region. Advancing the rights of women manual scavengers in India. Digital tech can help African island states cope with climate change. Pacific community warns of threat to education retention in the wake of COVID-19. WHO exploring all options to get medical supplies into Afghanistan. Vaccine inequity causes dangerous divergence in COVID survival rates, UN agency heads. More children than ever before live as migrants or refugees, outside their birth countries, UNICEF. UN entities condemn abhorrent terrorist attack at Kabul airport. Systemic barriers exist in Canadian healthcare for immigrant health professionals. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Ruling class increasingly calls upon the private sector to tackle hives of the unvaccinated difficult. The all-seeing eye, Apple just declared war on your privacy. The U.S. has spent $2.313 trillion on war in Afghanistan since 2001. 1.6 million Moderna doses withdrawn in Japan over contamination. Who watches The Watchmen? InfoWars case raises difficult question for both the Biden administration and the media. Supreme Court sacks CDC eviction ban. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. U.S. intelligence still divided on origins of coronavirus. Did a newspaper in 1918 warn readers wear your masks, take no chances? RFK assassin Sirhan wins parole with support of 2 Kennedys. Facebook page with Russian name posted altered Fox News videos, earning tens of millions of views. Yes, a Texas dad stripped down to his swimsuit to make point about mask safety. Spike Lee re-edits documentary series on 9/11 after Truth or Conspiracies controversy. Ida aims to hit New Orleans on Hurricane Katrina anniversary. Judge blocks Florida governor's order banning mask mandates. Was Navy seaman Elgin Staples saved by a life belt made by his mom? Biden vows to finish Kabul evacuation, avenge U.S. deaths. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Biden issued proclamation to fly flags at staff. Video, Idaho doctor makes baseless claims about safety of COVID-19 vaccines. Trump and Boebert's oil spin. Health sensors misconstrued as government tracking microchips. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Dyson is taking $100 off the powerful, versatile V7 Absolute Vacuum. Rachel Nichols is out, but ESPN's Rachel Rott remains. They're closing the prison where I met Jeffrey Epstein. It's about time. Diabolical ransomware gang calls it quits. This outrageous Cinderella clip broke my brain this week. New doc show GOP convention cost Park Service extra $100K. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle search for a new brand, beyond royal feud. The Taliban doesn't have an existential crisis, Biden does. Candyman is just not Candyman without Tony Todd. Georgia school official responds to COVID crisis with tone-deaf blue jeans proposal. The next headlines are from the New York Post. JFK student mistress reveals madly in love affair after decades of silence. Delta Airlines pilot, who is the son of a Holocaust survivor, helped evacuate Afghan refugees. Video shows Los Angeles Police Department officers using stun gun on NBA's Jackson Hayes. Arrest made in hateful attack on Asian woman in NYC. Union leader for NY court officer suspended amid spat with judge over COVID-19 vaccine mandates. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. The moon meets Uranus. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Oregon hospitals overwhelmed as Delta variant surges. Tropical system in Caribbean threatens Gulf Coast. Pandemic intensifies growing mental health crisis for teens. Scientists hope to find life on Earth like planets covered in oceans. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. The 10 most astonishing archaeological discoveries of 2020, from an ancient cat carving to the Amazon rock paintings. Elon Musk unveils humanoid robot to take over boring work. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 6 of RFK's kids rip decision to parole killer Sirhan. U.S. airstrike takes out ISIS member in Afghanistan. Brooklyn pastor offers religious exemptions for COVID vaccines and asks for donations. Governor Hochul plans special session in Albany over COVID eviction crisis. Mom of 3, her body found in barrel in New Jersey, mourned at funeral. I'll always remember that big, beautiful smile. Michigan couple ordered to pay son $30K for getting rid of porn collection. U.S. continues treacherous Kabul evacuation, mourns dead troops. RFK's assassin Sirhan granted parole after 2 Kennedys supported his release. New Orleans Saints cancel final preseason game because of Hurricane Ida. Republicans point finger at Biden over deadly Afghanistan attacks on U.S. troops. The following headlines are from military.com. Young dad to be was among 13 U.S. troops killed in Afghanistan. Gunfire followed suicide attack at Kabul airport, investigation continuing. I demand accountability, Marine Battalion commander calls out senior leaders for Afghanistan failures. Troops injured in Kabul airport bombing arrive at Landstuhl Regional Medical Center for care. How dangerous is Afghanistan's Islamic State? 3 more bases set to take in Afghan refugees, joining 4 others nationally. Report, Afghan staff details left behind at UK Kabul embassy. UN asks North Korea to clarify alleged shoot-on-sight orders. Remains of World War II soldier found in Germany are identified. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Reverend Jesse Jackson transferred to rehabilitation center, wife moved to intensive care unit with COVID-19. Man in critical condition after he was pulled from Montrose Harbor. Hopeful high school sports season begins despite the lingering shadow of COVID-19. High school football kicks off. Expressway shootings on rise in Chicago area, license plate cameras being installed to help, but more needs to happen, advocate cautions. CDC ban, state eviction moratorium, what's next for Illinois renters? Teen charged with murder and killing of 70-year-old woman in Hagerwish. Illinois governor sends controversial anti-corruption bill back to lawmakers but calls it first step toward restoring public trust. Lawsuit, man killed by Chicago police in Pilsen last year was shot while running away, unarmed. Pritzker basing stronger mandates on science but pandemic politics also comes into play. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Hunt on for monarch butterfly eggs in the gardens of Canada. Louisiana braces for life-altering Hurricane Ida. Explainer, is New Orleans protected from a hurricane? New birth of a mountain gorilla in DR Congo's Virunga Park. Experts estimate endangered Galapagos pink iguana population at 211. Newly identified mosasaur fish hunting monster. Nanoscale systems for generating various forms of light. Researchers develop novel analog processor for high-performance computing. A new type of infrared polaritons at the surface of bulk crystals. Global sand and gravel extraction conflicts with half of UN Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, August 28th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Cackling cows and snickering stoats, animals enjoy a good giggle now and then. The rise of the Acadians. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. China spells out how excessive overtime culture is illegal. Leading off, COVID-19 sidelines more players, web on a roll. Fans too head back to stadiums, some with vax cards and masks. Evacuee, world has abandoned Afghanistan's new generation. Arc de Triomphe to be wrapped for posthumous work by Christo. Royals use 2-run homer by Edward Olivares in the 12th inning to beat Mariners. Photos, Mariners lose in 12 innings to Royals. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes August 28, 2021, Jack Black, build your strength mentally, physically and emotionally. Word Game, August 28, 2021. Bridge, August 28, 2021. Ask Amy, it feels like a slap in the face from the bride. Harriet Cole, when I was in trouble, my neighbor pretended she didn't know me. Miss Manners, I'm walking on eggshells with my thin-skinned spouse. Dear Abby, may I tell the babysitter not to indoctrinate my kids? High school football, given rare chance to play week 1, St. Ignatius makes most of it at Palo Alto. High school football week 1, Friday scores, Saturday schedule. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. National Religious Broadcasters fires Daniel Darling, spokesman, over pro-vaccine statements. Kareem Nikoi's father, Steve Nikoi, rips Joe Biden after son's Kabul airport death. CDC study, half of elementary school class caught COVID-19 after exposure to infected teacher. Rep Boebert, slain Wyoming Marine's blood is on Joe Biden's hands. Republican lawmakers met with Afghan Vice President, anti-Taliban resistance leader. Biden Justice Department has intense focus on threats to election workers. Sirhan, RFK assassin, granted parole. U.S. Navy destroyer challenges China's claim over Taiwan Strait. Intelligence report on COVID-19 origins inconclusive. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Capitol Police officer who shot Ashley Babbitt insists he did warn her before opening fire. Supreme Court ended eviction moratorium, but pandemic showed roadmap for fighting back. Minnesota law enforcement shared intelligence on protest organizers with pipeline company. Defense Department halts evacuation of Afghan visa applicants amid terror threat. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, August 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. At least 1 killed, 9 wounded, including 4 teens, in shootings in Chicago Friday. Man shot after he was asked for money in Jefferson Park. 2 teens shot in Chatham. Man fatally shot in Englewood drive-by. 15-year-old among 2 wounded in East Garfield Park shooting. 14-year-old critically wounded in West Garfield Park shooting. Horoscope for Saturday, August 28, 2021. How the Super 25 fared in Week 1. Cubs blow 6-run lead in ugly loss to White Sox. Mount Carmel's late heroics take down top-ranked St. Rita. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Center cannot fight us politically, using ED against us. This may be Twitter's celebrity porn problem. U.S. reports world's first year with COVID-19. Pics, Suhana stunts in a sheer top and denims. Apple launches free service program for these iPhones. Industrial versus Anghive, Pujara, Kohli look to fight on. Live cricket score, India versus England, 3rd test, day 4. Why's Iomi's 2021 numbers are bad news for rivals. Paralympics live, Ranjit competing in javelin final. Jake Hand, CBI clueless about murder angle in judge death. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, August 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston and Harris County say vaccine rewards are working well. Houston out of the tropical storm Idacone. TX House finally passes controversial GOP election bill. Peli Pili makes way for Mozambique, 10 Sushi Houston next year. Texans close out preseason against world champion Bucks. Things to do, read the drive-by trucker's biography Where the Devil Don't Stay. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Review, Candyman. The next headlines are about world records making news. Squash players Adib Kamal Khan sets Guinness World Record for most hair donated to charity, Dawn.com. Former FPU swimmer sets world record, wins gold medal at Paralympics, YourCentralValley.com. Cyprus Paralympic swimmer Carolina sets new world record, Greek City Times, Greek City Times. Tokyo Paralympics, Neil and Laura Facci each claimed Paralympic gold in world record times, Sky Sports. Sophie Hahn equals own world record on way to T38 100 meters final, Yahoo Eurosport UK. Skateboarding world record for Drayton dad with arthritis, Norwich Evening News. Orly Rivard sets world record in S10 100 meter freestyle qualifying heat, CBC. Floja's world record, maybe next year, says fatigued Elaine Thompson-Hera, first post. It's no surprise that the world record holder takes gold in the T64 long jump, latest tweet by, latest lie. New world record, Flora Young jumps an incredible 6.16 m to break her own record yet again, latest lie. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Twitter is letting some iOS users start to sell tickets to their live audio rooms. You can now give Amazon more of your money in monthly installments. Spider-Man celebrates No Way Home week with even more killer toys. Online trolls actually just a-holes all the time, study finds. Before you see Shang-Chi, you might want to watch, or rewatch, these Marvel projects. Chicago is suing DoorDash and Grubhub for being shady pricks. CVS cannot keep up with demand for at-home COVID-19 tests. U.S. intelligence agencies, COVID-19 not a biological weapon, but lab incident still on the table. You can use Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, but you may not want to. Florida judge says Ron DeSantis cannot ban school mask mandates. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Basra Airport in Iraq at 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kona Nebin at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Samsung seemingly caught swapping components in its 970 EVO Plus SSDs. Worst cloud vulnerability you can imagine discovered in Microsoft Azure. Amazon urges FCC to reject SpaceX proposals for next-generation Starlink. Engineering a second genetic code in parallel with the normal one. DeSantis ban on school mask mandates violate state constitution, judge rules. Man robbed of 16 Bitcoin hunts down suspects, sues their parents. You'll be able to run Windows 11 on older PCs, if you install the update manually. Why Windows 11 has such strict hardware requirements, according to Microsoft. Microsoft will support some, but not most, 7th Gen Intel Core CPUs in Windows 11. Pixel 5 a teardown shows a surprising amount of metal. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Today is the day, here's why the First Amendment Praetorian is under scrutiny by January 6th committee. Trumpists live in an alternate reality, but they believe in it, and that's terrifying. Implausible conspiracy theory about COVID vaccines spread by GOP candidate for governor. Bill Maher explains his rightward shift, there is funny on the left now, as well as the right. Real-time guest dispenses with jokes for straight talk on Afghanistan lies. We have been trained to give up our rights, Louis Gohmert rips pandemic health rules at Youth Summit. U.S. launches over the horizon airstrike in Afghanistan, ISIS-K planner reportedly killed, Pentagon. More Texas students tested positive for COVID-19 last week than at any time last school year. Gulf Coast medical professionals are at their breaking point with COVID as Hurricane Ida approaches. Extreme right-wingers are galvanized by the Taliban's takeover and look to it for inspiration, columnist. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Extinction Rebellion protesters paint London red. Revisiting Alice Coltrane's legacy on the 84th anniversary of the pianist and harpist's birth. Yet more evidence linking air pollution to mental illness. Trump's D.C. hotel just banished a reporter, forever. Corporations and unions are bankrolling the sedition caucus again. Americans are poisoning themselves with this unapproved COVID drug. After a 10-day strike, a cleaners union wins a landmark contract with pay raises and safety reinforcements. Donald Trump says Osama bin Laden had just one hit. What? Who's funding the California recall fight? It's not the people. The deep roots of outdoor recreation's diversity gap. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. UFOs in the news. Are aliens a threat to traditional religion? Times record news. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Aptenics, APTX, gains 2.41% on moderate volume August 27, Equities.com. Individualized presentation, a hallmark of Parkinson's disease, Parkinson's News Today. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Can Greenland sharks improve human longevity? Inside Hook. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, August 28, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The New Reality of UFOs interview with journalist Leslie Keane. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, August 28, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.